A new day began in Woodland Haven. The trees whispered with promise, but something in the air felt quiet, almost heavy, like the forest was holding its breath. Madam Ophelia, the wise old owl, had fallen ill, and now the whole village waited in hushed concern. "She has always been the heart of the village," Ruby said, "and now, for the first time, she needs our help." The healer's book told of a rare and gentle flower, the moondew, hidden far away in the deep valley, blooming only once each year. Today was that single, fragile day, a chance that would not come again until the next cycle of seasons returned. Without question, Timmy, Cyril, and Ruby volunteered to go. Their paws were small, but their hearts were brave. They crossed over rivers stitched with moss and wandered between trees. Their journey was quiet, but full of purpose. Many flowers sparkled, many leaves glowed, but none were quite right. Even when tired paws stumbled, they found joy in the little things, a laugh, a snack, a shared glance beneath a huge mushroom. They weren't just searching for a flower, they were growing stronger together. But as the forest deepened, a stillness settled. The trees seemed to listen, and the breeze held back. They climbed, ducked, balanced, and waited. The world tested their every step, but they moved together. Every stone and bend became a choice, but they made each one side by side, never rushing, never alone. In the mud were prints they hadn't made, big, round, and strange. Then, ahead, between stitched leaves and glowing vines, a soft shimmer pulsed. There it was, the moondew. It glowed with a stillness so complete it felt like holding a heartbeat. They wrapped it gently, almost reverently. The flower didn't resist. It felt as if it had waited to be found. In that moment, they jumped with joy. They looked at one another, and they knew this was more than a mission. They started their journey back, excited to have found the cure. What they carried wasn't just a flower. It was a promise stitched between Timmy, Cyril, and Ruby. In the village, lanterns flickered. Villagers' eyes were turned to the woods, hoping for footsteps in the mist. And then 3 familiar shapes appeared, small but steady, and everything changed in an instant. No trumpets, just hugs and smiles and quiet pride, because their return meant more than success. The healer prepared the potion with care passed down for generations, each stir a memory, each drop a hope. And as Madam Ophelia sipped the glowing mixture, the whole room seemed to pause and then gently exhale. That evening, Woodland Haven glowed, not from lanterns, but from hearts remembering what it meant to be together. As Madam Ophelia got better, she read a story about the origin of moondew. Beneath the lantern tree, the moondew now bloomed, not as a miracle, but as a reminder of what care can become. Timmy sat quietly, not saying anything, but somehow, just being there, that was enough. Ruby offered Timmy a soft cloth with a gentle smile. They stand quietly under a stitched tree. Cyril offered a cookie. Ruby smiled. Timmy just nodded, and that was how hope looked in real life. Some moments don't need to be loud. Sometimes it's enough to sit quietly on a bench and share cookies. They planted a second seed, not because they needed to, but because they believed someone else might need it later. A tiny green sprout looks stronger each day. Friends beam with wonder and joy. And Woodland Haven glowed once more. Not because it was healed, but because it cared. Ruby pinned a new sign next to the flower. Because when we care for each other, that is the real cure. One day, others would sit under that tree and wonder about the flower, and someone would tell them, again and again. We don't always have the cure, but when we try together, that trying is a kind of magic, all on its own. Timmy lifted the tiny jar, light inside. It wasn't bright, but it didn't need to be. It was shared. The forest wrapped around them like a soft blanket, protective, patient, and full of dreams. Morning returned like a whisper, not rushing, not demanding, just quietly blooming into the day. Madam Ophelia opened her window and saw the world again, not different, but somehow clearer, and she smiled. In the garden, the moondew stretched toward the sun, its petals wide, its meaning deeper than ever before. They sit under the lantern tree, as Timmy reads. Some friendships grow like flowers, in silence and sun. From above, Woodland Haven shimmered, not with magic, but with care, with connection, and with 3 hearts forever blooming.